news that comes. And some lecturers will tell you, don't even bother writing and stressing yourself, reading all through the night, because no matter what you write, you see this course, if you don't settle me with money, you have failed. That becomes a trial. Not that one is not temptation again, no. Trial. To know whether you will stand strong and stand tall or not, or you will fall into it. And truly, it might be that if you refuse to give that money, that's the end of it for you. But that is not the end of it. I have good news for you. Let me tell you something. I told you people some time ago that when I was in school, then a lecturer something. I was not aware of the whole thing, though they were saying it, but I refused to comply because it's not part of my practice. My name was known on the campus for godly things, and we were making a serious campaign for Jesus on the campus. So, and most persons, I don't know how it happened, they know my matric number. So some people will see my result before me. So it was that serious. At that point, you make sure you don't fail, because you are not the only one that have access to your results. And you make sure you maintain your integrity. And do you know what happened? The lecturer said that no matter what everybody writes, if they don't settle him, they will not pass. So people were trying to, you'll be writing exam, you see papers flying over your head. They are throwing things to make sure the other person will cash it. I don't know how they do the thing. Before you know, we're just looking at them. And some of us that studied, killing ourselves to read. It is well. You know, it's very painful. And in the exam hall, they'll be inviting you. You no go copy. You know, they will invite you. And you will see it like, Kai, should I look at it? Or I should concentrate? That's not even the point. The major point was that the lecturer said, no matter what you write, you must come and see me with what? Money. So, some of us wrote the exam and went back home. We refused to see him. So, for the first time throughout my stay, can we celebrate Pastor James? And please, you can bring him here. He's a very wonderful man of God. Is he how you celebrate? Hallelujah. So, the lecturer said that. So, we wrote the exams and we went back home, some of us. And some persons were in school, gathered money, good money in envelope and presented. So, some persons were not serious reading for the course. I never knew why, because they knew they trust their pockets. Some of us that use 1,000 naira for 1 week. How are we going to do that? Even though the money was there, we were not even ready to do that. So, for the first time, when the result came out, I was told, for the first time in the campus, that all my result was good, except that course, that he gave me carryover. That was my first and last carryover in that school. I became very angry. And I spoke to God. I said, Lord, I don't want to see that lecturer the next time I will come to school. I was very angry. Because we that labored to study, he refused to give us what we were supposed to have. The people that did not even stress themselves because they have cool cash, he gave them. You see, people that failed in other courses, I mean, their mark is not up to anything. They had the highest mark in that course. Wow. So I told God I want to see him. Do you know, before we resumed the next semester, he was sacked. And when I came to school, they told me that the man has gone. And this and that and that. And I smiled. Because, listen, the strength, your capacity in the spirit will not be known, will not be seen if you fail to stand with God. God will not stand with you. God will not be with you. God will not show up with you. God will not show up for you if you refuse to stand with him. Look at the case of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It was trial. It was temptation before them. Bow to this thing we have created, or you will not just die. We will throw you into the furnace of fire. It was both trial and temptation, because until if they fall into the temptation, that is when the trouble will not come upon them. But if they refuse to fall into the temptation and stand with God and stand for God, then trouble will come for them. The Bible said, the king said they should increase the intensity of the fire, and the Bible said it was increased 7 times. So the furnace became 7 times hotter. So the people that threw them into the fire, the Bible said the flame of the furnace killed them. The flame killed them. But these men that stood with God and stood for God, even though they found themselves in fire, they were moving like normal men. That is what happens when you stand with God. That is what happens when you stand for God. They were moving in the fire as if nothing was happening. And see, the greatest thing that happened was that God showed up with them even in the fire. And you see, the presence of God was identified by their enemy, the king. Is that not? We threw 3 persons into this fire. Why are there 4 here? But the 4th man's face looks like the face of the Son of God. They could identify the appearance of God with them. Your strength is not known yet because you are not taking a decision to stand for God yet. You don't know how strong and how serious God wants to stand for you and how God wants to stand by you. God showed up. God showed up for them. God showed up. The Bible said not even their hair was burnt with fire. Their body was not even smelling as if they were You know, when you cook, just normal cooking, and you use maybe firewood to cook, I think the perfume on your this thing will be normal. Will it be normal? You'll be smelling smoke. The Bible said that they were not even smelling like they were coming from that place. It was looking normal, because they decided to stand for God.